First day, January 1st, 2025. Happy Wednesday. I'm here to talk about the mouth power. How many times have you aligned your mouth with your defeat? Self-sabotage. How many times have you spoke your way into negativity? There go my old truck. No, that is my old truck. That's one I gave the woman.
That's the one you gave the woman.
Yeah. You know what? I'm sorry, y'all. I got my mama in the car. I saw my old truck that I sold to a friend that sold it to somebody else. But anyway, I'm just here to say, watch your mouth, folks. We got so many things that come from thoughts, ideas, words. Every time you speak a word, it is a spelling word. You are casting a spell. It's called a spelling word for a reason. Every time you open your mouth, you casting a spell for good or bad, for happy or sad. You determine more of your life than you think. Everything is not just fate. So stop hating on yourself by speaking things that are not for your overall wealth, mental health, physical well-being. What you see and receive, what you hear and receive, determines what you believe, how you live. Some of our eyes are so tainted and jaded and blinded because of a veil that's over our eyes that keep us from seeing ourselves as we are known, from seeing other people as they truly are because of what someone else said, because you caught them at a weak moment, or maybe you did something to them that triggered a trauma or just a response that you didn't appreciate. Can you take your own advice while you giving everybody else advice about how they should live, what they should do, where they should be, how they should be doing it? Our mouth has power. What are we speaking and receiving? Who are we listening to? What are their lives about? Are they fruitful and multiplying? Are they speaking for your good? Are they speaking for your detriment? I had a moment with my daughter today. She was arguing back at me about, and I ain't having a deal moment where I slapped the hell out of her. I wasn't cussing. But I just told her, I said, at this stage in your life, you shouldn't be arguing with me when I'm telling you something to do for your best interest. I'm not saying anything that's hurting you. I'm telling you something for your benefit. So what we arguing about? Because you want to be comfortable for a minute and then be uncomfortable because you didn't take advice to get a coat because it's finna get cold later on. I just think about that little moment, and as we grow up and become adults, and because we don't want to be uncomfortable, we do things that make us uncomfortable for the long term. We don't want to be uncomfortable for a minute, so we become uncomfortable for the long term. We don't want to pay our bill right now because we want to buy these heels, because somebody done spoke something to us about this how we should look, this how we should be portrayed. Somebody said that we should be living it up instead of taking care of our kids. But then we feel guilty later when our kids acting up and cutting up because we didn't spend time with them in their formative stages. And as they age, they don't want nothing to do with us because we never invested time in them. At what point do you think for a better future for you, for yourself, for your kids? I tell you, my mama sacrificed a lot to make sure we had a stable household, and my dad. They worked together. Still married to this day. And I tell you, I never forget what my mom said. She never had a consistent place to live because her mom kept moving around a lot. So she went from school to school to school. And she said, I want y'all to be able to get what you need without moving around and be stable. And that stuck with me. It's like, man, those words she spoke was like, wow, the sacrifice, the love sacrifice. I look at my sister who sent me a Happy New Year this morning saying, I pray that you have love and prosperity and all that you need. And I was like, to be honest, I replied back to her, I reciprocated. I reciprocated that, saying, you have given me so much of that in our brother-sister relationship as adults. As during my times of trials in life, you helped me out. You was the friend that I needed. You was companionship. You was a sounding board. You was home away from home when home didn't feel like home. Man, you know, I just so thankful for the encouragement, not just in word, but in action that my family has given me. And I just say, be careful of running from your responsibilities. Trying to run back to things that were not fruitful for you, or people who left or you left. There was a reason for that. Especially at the cost of negating who stayed, negating who loves you, negating who is there for you. I never forget my mom. It was at it was between my first and second divorce. And I to be honest, I was broke. My money management skills was just not effective for the debts that I had, the child support I had to pay. And, you know, she said, I got you. I mean, I'll make sure your daughter got clothes and y'all got food to eat. So I was, for about a year or so, I'm eating at my mom's house. And I'm just thankful for that season of bonding and fellowship with my mom and dad. And just having support, especially female support, to help raise my daughter, my oldest daughter, who chose to stay with me over her mom. And I'm saying that because if you don't love who stays, you disrespect the love that they give you. And you can get so caught up in negative meditation, negative thoughts, and what coulda, shoulda, woulda been versus what is, versus moving forward. Just moving forward with whatever it is in life. And at some point, you got to change to move forward. Certain seasons in. I used to be an educator. That's no longer there. I may be teaching on a different level, a different platform, but I had to make a choice to let that go and embrace fully being a contractor, investing in myself, investing in tools to help me succeed mentally, physically, spiritually. Spiritual tools meaning I need to have a relationship with God. that helps me to decide what jobs to take, what not to take. Bringing opportunities, praying for opportunities to come to me that capitalize on my time and not my back, so that I can maximize the money I make, as well as the mental capacity to be able to handle different tasks, going from plumber to landscaper to carpenter all in one day on just an average week. Having affirmations that I speak over myself to make sure I'm focused and in line with God's promises. Just key phrases say, I'm your child, God. When I'm upset, go-to phrases. I'm your child. I'm your child too. God loves me. God, you God. God, you are Lord. You are Lord. You are Lord. Just reminding myself that it's God's responsibility to take care of me, provide, protect, keep me at peace. Knowing that I have a Father in heaven who serves me. What are you speaking over yourself for your mental health? And just going back to the occupation, the physical tools that help me not have to work so hard. So I'm gonna close out by saying, what are you speaking into your life? What are you saying that's manifesting in your life?
I see. I saw it coming up.
Y'all better slow down. These police out here today. But
It's the first.
all this was inspired by a message I got, which said, focus on what you have in this season and don't worry about what you don't have or lost from previous seasons. Be blessed to be a blessing, and know your prosperity comes from what's planted in your heart. What words are you repeating, meditating on? Whose word or words are you repeating and meditating on? So I leave these scriptures for you. Watch your mouth. Have a good day.